So today we have to see verse 18. The last time we met, we saw verse 17. That Swamiji says, a quick recap of what we learned last time. Swamiji says, to attain Bhagavan through Bhakti Marga, you need Sharanagati. Complete surrender. Even to do that, we need to have Vishwas, extreme faith and complete surrender, which is very difficult for many of us. And in the next few verses that we have, 2 verses that we are going to learn today, it's very important because in this world today, it is very difficult for us to understand who is a real Mahatma. In these 2 verses, Guruji clearly tells who is not a Mahatma. And the opposite of that is the actual Mahatma. So which we will see, we will understand the verse and then we will get to understand who is not a Mahatma and who is a Mahatma. We will learn these 2 verses together because the meaning goes together. Maya jalam kaati mahesan undendral undendra agumo undi para sindika vetumetru undi para. Everybody together. Maya jalam kaati mahesan undendral undendra agumo undi para sindika vetumetru undi para. And next verse, Nidhi sthalam tanil maya jalam katinal nirupanamavu undi para marupa karularo undi para. Nidhi sthalam tanil maya jalam katinal nirupanamavu undi para marupa karularo undi para. Maya Jalam means, for children and those who do not understand Tamil, some magics. Some people are showing some magics. That does not mean they are Mahatmas. Because Guruji gives an example in the next verse of how that will not prove one to be a Mahatma. In this Kali Yuga, there are so many Pashanda Matam. Pashanda Mata means Avedic path. Path that is not aligned with Vedas. So it is very important for us to understand that if somebody is showing a path and that is not aligned with Vedas to attain Bhagavan, then that is not a Vedic path. It is called Avedic path and Bhagavatam calls it as a Pashanda Mata. And there are so many mantras. Those are mantras also. Many of that is given in Atharvana Veda. So that is why Bhagavan knows in Kali Yuga, people always want shortcuts. That is why half of the Atharvana Veda is lost. A lot is missing. It is given in the Atharvana Veda many tantric practices. For example, some Kuti Chatan Japam. If you do that Japam, you will get quick results. But it won't take you anywhere. What is the use if somebody can tell what happened yesterday? Can that change? And what is the use even if somebody can tell what is going to happen tomorrow? Adi inno kashtam. Theriyama irundha kuda problem illa. So these are all the Pashanda Matas which we should stay completely away from. It is better not to go to such places than just go to temple, pray to Bhagavan, then going to a wrong place and getting caught. But in general, in Kali Yuga, people are attracted towards such path. That is because of the papas in Kali Yuga. That is why it is said, Manda Sumanta Matayo, Manda Bhagya. Unfortunate people in Kali Yuga, we get attracted to shortcuts. Those who want real transformation, we should understand it's a long process. It takes years. If you think about us, are we different today from yesterday? Maybe not. But if you think about us 10 years back, how we were, and today how we are, coming to a satsanga and chanting Nama, we can feel the difference. We ourselves can see the transformation, but it has been a long journey. It's not something we came to satsang today, chanted Nama, tomorrow we are a jnani. That won't happen. Because our vasanas are so strong and it takes so much of cleanup. And on top of it, we are start accumulating so much of papas again and again while we are chanting also, which means cleaning again and again. So much cleaning is needed. So in this verse, that is why Guruji says, Sindika Vendum, means think about it. Somebody is saying something, think, is it really aligned to Shastras? It is given in any Vedas, a scripture saying it. Then, showing, don't get attracted by some magics, gimmicks, and fall into that wrong path. That is very, very important. The second verse, Guruji is saying an example. Needhi Stalam Tanil means you are in a courtroom. You go to a court and you are in front of a judge. A judge is asking you to answer a question. At that point, if you show some magics, I can walk in the water. So what? Everybody might clap your hands, but give me the answer. Did you do this mistake or not? Will the judge accept if you show some magics in front of a judge while he is trying to give justice and understand if you have done the thing, right thing or wrong thing, right? So it is not accepted. Similarly, even if somebody is showing some magical powers, that doesn't mean they are Bhagavan. So Ramona gives an incident from the life of Mahaperiyava. Once there was a very famous writer who is a Bhakta of Mahaperiyava. And that writer goes to Mahaperiyava and prays that one of his relatives is feeling sick. And he has some stomach problems and he prayed to get rid of that. And Mahaperiyava said, Sariyaidu. And but this person wanted quick results. Periyava said he'll be cured, but how long we don't know, right? So he went to another person who shows some Maya Jalam, who shows some magical things. And he went and asked him, can you please cure my relative? He's having some stomach pain. That person said, I will cure him, but you have to write about me. Write an article about me, because this person is a famous writer. So that magician has said, write an article about me. You are a famous writer, and if you write about me, more people will come to me. So write about me. Then this person said, no, I am a Mahaperiyava Bhakta. I came just to get a remedy for my relatives. I cannot write an article about you because my guru is Periyava. Then this person put his hand on his shoulder, and this writer felt as if he got paralyzed. He felt so much pain, he literally got scared and he left that place and he ran to Mahaperiyava. He said, this is what has happened. He told me to write an article about him. I said no, and I am Mahaperiyava Bhakta. And he put his hands on me. Now I cannot move my hands, it's so paining. And Mahaperiyava said, that's why you should not go to such places. Why are you going to such places? When I say he will get cured, but it is taking some time. That's because some papas has to be burnt. But he will definitely get cured. You don't have the patience and you want quick results. And if you go and do like this is what will happen. So then with Periyava's blessings, this person got cured after a couple of days, and also his hand got better in few days. With the grace of Mahaperiyava, he was saved. But imagine if he didn't have Periyava's grace and he continued to go to this person, what would have happened, right? So he was saved because he had an association of a true Mahatma. And in these two verses, Guruji is just saying how you should not get caught in the wrong place. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said who a real Mahatma is. How can you understand a real Mahatma? And in that, Shukamuni gives a beautiful analogy about this Pashanda. He says, just before Venu Geetam, he describes about the rainy season, Varsha Ritu. How it is during the rainy season. In the rainy season, the clouds are very dark, right? Because it's bearing the rain, so the clouds are very dark and they are covering the stars and the moon in the sky at night. Moon and stars are not visible at all. But little children who do not know much, they cannot understand this. When they open their window, they see lot of fireflies. Minmini Poochi in Tamil, fireflies, which is like, has some little bit of light. He is comparing this with people who understand that small siddhis following the Pasha and the Mata are like these kids who misunderstand the fireflies to be real stars. Those little kids think these are real stars in the sky that's glowing, but those are not stars, they are fireflies. But for people who are caught up in this world, for us even in the small things, let's say somebody walks in water, we call, oh, he's Bhagavan maybe. But that is not the case. Who is Bhagavan? Bhagavatam says all the qualities of who a real Mahatma is, who can show us Bhagavan. It's a very beautiful shloka in which he says a real Mahatma is filled with karunya, compassion. See, though they are jnanis, when we go and tell our problems we all can relate to Guruji. We all go and tell our problems to Guruji. See, it doesn't have to be a personal darshan where you go and take darshan of Guruji physically. Many of us may or may not be able to. But even a picture of a Mahatma is not different from physical presence of Mahatma. We should really understand that. It's not that you have to go every year, go to India and take darshan of Guruji. There are so many people in our satsang who have experiences just coming to Namadwar, praying in front of Guruji. Many bhaktas have prayed in front of Guruji, and when they go in person, Guruji has said, I know you have already told me this. Because we have to really understand that when I say Mahatma, it doesn't mean you have to really go physically and take darshan. Even if you are not able to, doesn't matter. Just their form, even in the picture, is purifying. That is a real Mahatma. Karunya, compassion. When we go and tell our problems to such Mahatmas, they will hear just like it is their problem. They come to our shoes, understand our problem and give solutions, right? They are real Mahatmas. And Sarva Dehina, they are friends of all. It is not a Bhakta has come to Guruji 30 years before, a Bhakta has come to Guruji today for the first time, no difference. His compassion is like rain for all, equal. There is nobody who is greater, nobody lesser. They show their grace on everybody equally. Ajata Shatravaha, they have no enemies at all. No enemies. We have seen in Guruji's Madhurasmaranam, we have heard people who are drunkards, they come to ashram, they have shouted at Guruji, they are literally using all kinds of bad words. But Guruji just sits and just shows his compassion towards those people, and then that itself transforms them and they fall at the feet of Guruji next day, realizing what kind of aparadha they have done. Just see the compassion, and they don't think, oh, you have yelled at me, you are my enemy. No, they don't hate anybody. And Shantaha, they have that peace in their heart, and when we go, we also feel that peace in our heart in the presence of a true Mahatma. Sadhava Sadhu Bhushanam. All these siddhis that we are saying, that we said that those magical powers, right? They all go to such Mahatmas and we want to be with you, but those Mahatmas, they say, they see that as a disturbance. Stay away from me. And all the gunas, karunya, that loving nature, that compassion, all those gunas, they go and stick to such sadhus. That is the greatness of a real sadhus. And such sadhus, they are always doing ananya bhakti. They are always doing bhakti towards Bhagavan. That is, and they do not have any worldly attachment. And by extraordinary compassion of Bhagavan. If in our life we get such a sangha of a sadhu, then guess what happens? Just by their darshan, not physically, not even needed physically, just looking at their picture and doing a smarana of them, crushes your papas. Vasana Shrayam. Just doing smaranam of such a guru. Those are the real Mahatmas. So every time you have a darshan of such a Mahatma, you get purified and you become closer to Bhagavan. Those are the real Jnanis, those are the real Mahatmas. We are actually so blessed. We can understand this verse very clearly because we are all bhaktas of our Guruji, and we all have seen how compassionate Guruji is, how kind Guruji is, and we all, each one of us, from a 3-year-old, 4-year-old to an elderly person, have experienced his compassion, and also everybody have that one-on-one relationship with our Guruji. And we all can realize when we see the qualities of a real sadhu, our Guruji has it all. We all have experience of that, is what I'm trying to say. It's not a theory anymore. So, by Bhagavan's Parama Kripa, we have got a sangha of a true Mahatma. And by, again, Parama Kripa of our Guruji, we haven't gotten into any kind of wrong sangha, which these two verses are talking about. But it is very important for us to understand who is a true Mahatma, and what is a real satsanga, and what is not a real satsanga. Truly, if you have a satsanga, where Guruji says, the doors of Vaikuntha are open for you. All you have to be is be in the true satsanga. Be in the satsang of a Mahatma, chant Nama, that's all you need, and the doors are already open for us. On that note, we'll end here and we'll continue the next verses in the next. Radhe Radhe.